Sunday night. I'm Carrie. That's Jarrod.
What's happening, everybody? Sorry for the wait. Just I had to reprogram
It
my
wasn't even
amp.
that bad this time. It's
Yeah.
like 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
It's been worse.
Yeah, it's been worse. But yeah, sorry. I hit a button on the Mezzabarba, and I erased all the programs. And I'm like, no. So I had to quickly reprogram the whole amp for this whole pedal board before we went live. And I'm down here frantically dialing that in with the programming and getting the volume set. So
It is
yeah.
never a dull moment in this house.
Never. And so I'm using the new mixes tonight, and I'm still working through those. Maybe I need to make some changes. We'll find out after tonight. So, but anyways, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Waters. We're such hydrating party animals, aren't we, these days?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sometimes you just got to be healthy.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
So you had an exciting day yesterday.
Yes. Yes, I did. I had a very exciting day. It was awful. Yeah, it was something else, man. I had to take my cat to emergency vet at like late at night, and
So
yeah.
technically it was today.
Yeah, I got to bed around 5, I think. Yeah, it was a long night, but yeah, he was freaking out, whining, panting, and when I picked him up, it was like he was not even alive, and it was weird. And I'm like, it's all of a sudden, 1 minute I'm petting him, and I'm like, all right, dude, let's go to bed, you know. And I was just hanging out for a minute before I shut everything down, and he went by the back door and just started just moaning and groaning and panting, and I've never seen a cat do that before. That freaked me the hell out, and I was like, what the hell? And I'm like, what's wrong, you know? And I took him over to the couch. I was like petting him, trying to calm him down, and I was like, I thought maybe he saw something that freaked him out on the deck, sometimes raccoons or other cats, but he wouldn't stop. And finally, after a couple minutes, he started to calm down. He started purring. And then I'm like, all right, maybe it was
We're good now?
Yeah, and then it started up again. And then he jumped off the couch, flopped on the floor, and was like just carrying on and panting. And I was like, what? And I Googled it, you know, and then the Google, you know, whenever you Google anything, it's
Dr.
cancer,
Google.
you know.
Yeah.
So, like, it was like either your pet has some sort of distress due to heart issues, or their bladder has blockage, and the pain is excruciating. And if you don't get it taken care of, the bladder ruptures and they die. So I'm like, oh my God, you know. So I called a vet, and they said the same thing. And I rushed him to the vet, and it was going to cost me, if it was a bladder obstruction, it was going to cost me anywhere between $3,800 and $5,000. I'm like, oh man, like, oh, and I'm just like all the way there. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna. I just, you know, like either you have the money or you don't. So it's like, oh my God, you know. And he was really quiet in the car, so it's
You have
like
to sell an amp.
yeah, couple, you know,
Pay for
you
your
know,
cat.
jeez. So, yeah, that's why I keep the amps here, in case of such an emergency. But he was quiet the whole way there, so I was like, well, you know, is he dead?
He's dead or he's just fine.
Yeah, because he never is quiet in the car. He always whines the whole time. And then we got to the vet. I felt like, oh my God, thank God he's still alive. And long story short, he was looked at, vitals were perfect, nothing wrong, and the vet just was like, I think he got spooked by something and had a literal panic attack. And he's like,
cat panic attack.
Yeah, he's like, he's fine now, and he's walking around fine, and I took him home, and he's been fine ever since. So I don't know what the hell that was, but scared the crap out of me.
So Jarrod didn't go to bed until about 5 o'clock this morning.
What a mess. What an absolute freaking mess my night was. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Now you have to schedule your life around your cat's panic attacks.
I hope not.
I hope it's a one and done. I hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, me too. And whatever that animal was that spooked him, I'm going to have to sort that out if it ever comes on my deck again.
Keep the blinds closed.
Yeah, you're right. At
Just
night, just close the blinds.
Yeah.
That's why I paid for them, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, it was awful.
I'm sorry you had to experience it. I felt really bad.
Thanks. Yeah,
Oh my
it was
gosh.
something. Well, the thing is it's like, what kind of decision am I going to have to make
I
tonight?
know.
You know, and it
You're
just
not
tears you
prepared for
up.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like, man,
Not prepared to spend $5,000, also not prepared to lose your cat.
yeah, I'm like, I might be going home with an empty cage tonight. Like, oh, what's going on? Like, and it all happens so fast. You don't have time to like think about everything. You just go, and that vet was awesome. That place was very cool. The vet was awesome. I gotta remember me to give them a Google review, please. I mean, they were amazing. So.
Well, let me say hi to some folks. Steve Shaheen was the first one here. Hey, Steve.
What's up, Steve?
How were the smoked turkey legs? So we had two different experiences. I braised mine and they turned out great. I didn't realize the turkey leg. We smoked them, by the way.
Brined them. Yeah,
what
you
did I
said
say?
braised.
Braised?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we brined them.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
My brain.
My brain.
Yeah, I brined mine. He did not. But yeah, we smoked them, and I didn't realize there was so much cartilage on the turkey legs.
Yeah.
I like lifted it up, you know, ready. And the first bite was great, and then I moved down, and I'm like, wait, what's all this hard stuff in here?
Yuck.
But it was tender. Yours, on the other hand.
Yeah, I didn't brine mine or braise them, and so the turkey leg it tasted good, but I think it could have been a little more tender. Maybe I overcooked it because it cooked faster than the turkey breast.
Yeah.
But the turkey breast was perfect. Oh my God, that came out so tender and juicy. It was amazing. So I'll be doing one of those again, and it's very inexpensive, and it took like hour and a half.
Yeah, it was fast.
Super fast. So I could eat that, you know, at least once a week. So that was awesome.
Anxious Nation, thanks for the super chat. He says for the cat Xanax fund.
Well, thank you. In fact, I probably need some Xanax after that night.
Right.
Dude, I was freaked out. Like, literally, I was like, and again, thank you, but I was literally like, 1 minute, everything's fine. Next thing I know, he is just whining and carrying on, and he was like in the throes of death, like the way he acted, sounded, everything. And I was like, am I about to lose my buddy? Like, I seriously, like, especially when you Google it, and even the doctors were like, could be a heart attack. And I'm like, oh my God, like, no. They were like, so is he walking? I said, he can walk if I put him down, and he'll take a few steps, and he plops over. And they're like, well, at least it's not a blood clot. If his limbs are moving, then you know that's okay. And then I was like, well, how do we find out the rest? And she's like, we got to check to see if his bladder's like, if his bladder's all hard, it means it's too full and nothing's coming out. So I'm like, where's his bladder? I want to find out. So I'm like feeling around for anything that feels like a overinflated bladder. And I'm like, I don't feel anything. But then again, I'm not really a doctor. So, you know, I was just trying to figure it out.
Feeling your cat.
Yeah. Hey, what's you right there? He's like, meow. Freaking out, dude. Knock it off.
Braxel is here.
What's up, man?
Seymour Butts is here. My favorite amp.
What's up, Jay?
He said, my favorite amp. He screamed
favorite
it at
amp.
you.
That's got to be Jay.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
Jay, you haven't been here in a bit.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Sheesh, man. He's probably having a big old cigar. If it is you, what are you having?
Wait, tell him. Dude, there was this man at the cigar lounge this afternoon. What was that? It was like ring baloney gauge.
Yeah, it was probably
humongous.
I would
smoking this. Okay, it had to be like.
It was the size of a paper towel roll thing.
Yeah.
It was literally like that, and this guy's like
probably like 8 inches.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I was like,
what the hell?
How do you even? No, I don't. That didn't look right.
Yeah, that didn't look right.
Anyway, Mike Nash.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, man? I got a new pedal coming Tuesday. Clone of the Apex preamp. Kyle Bull did a review on it. Taylor Danley to Joyo Chopper Z.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Flux is here.
What's happening, Flux?
Looking forward to hearing the Mezzabarba.
Me too, man. I haven't played in 5 days.
He says, I was playing Jarrod's QC captures of the Trinity Stealth EL34 Nitro today through my Angle Invader 2's power amp, and they sounded huge and crystal clear.
Nice. Awesome, dude. That's good to hear, man. That's always good to hear. I got, Yeah, I haven't played guitar in almost 5 days, and I played a little bit this morning to kind of brush up on some things. I've had a kind of a crazy week, so I can't wait to play this amp tonight.
Chris Nash, what's up?
What's happening?
Steve-O and Anna are there. Hi.
Hey, hello. What's happening,
Happy
Steve-O
Sunday.
and Anna?
Tony Krozik, happy Sunday. Sounds like everyone's having a good week. Yes.
What's up, Tony? Good to see you, man.
Monkey Wrench C5 says my cat did the same thing. He took him to vet. Same thing. I put him on joint supplements, and he's doing better than ever. Try joint supplements from Costco. It works great. Do it for the kitty.
Joint supplements. Thank you. I will look that up.
Do you mean like joint or like joints?
Probably. Maybe his cat's older and has joint issues. I don't know. Kitty Witty's like 5, so but you never know. They can develop joint issues. I mean, they're cats. They're all weird. So.
Cats are definitely weird.
He's the weirdest of all.
He's awful. He's awful.
He's not. He's awesome. He's like Dennis the Menace in the form of a cat.
You could be petting this cat for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden he's like, and
he just turns around.
I just don't even want to touch him anymore.
That's his way of saying, I've had enough. Leave me alone.
Remember, he used to climb up your skin when he had claws. He doesn't have front claws anymore, but he would climb up his skin.
The whole world was his jungle gym, man. He didn't care. He'd climb up anything.
He'd be swinging from the curtains by one paw.
He was like Tarzan.
Freaking Tarzan. He was a terrible cat. It's awful.
He's hilarious. I let him get away with everything because, I don't know, there's just something about that cat. I just think he's awesome.
Did I say hi to Gravel Rocks? Hey, Gravel Rocks. Vince Salutari. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, 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 Vince.
Anxious Nation again. Hello again. Tony says, been a great week. Got my Mesa Mark II C+, the Coliseum amp, all back together after the plus mods from Mike B. Brutal saturation, sustain, and headroom. Oh my God.
Dude, that's awesome. Congrats. Isn't it nice when you can send your amp to the original company and have them mod it for you? It's freaking awesome.
Braxel said, just so y'all know, I'm eating a ribeye right now.
We should start calling him Captain Ribeye.
No, I'm going to be eating a lamb burger as soon
afterwards.
As this is done.
Hell yeah.
Eldest Thorn. How are you?
What's happening?
Been messing with my 5150 Iconic and absolutely love it.
Awesome. It's a good amp, man. It really is.
Anxious Nation says, I'm eating a peach muffin from Beaky's, B-U-C-E-E, like a real G.
Like a real G.
Beaky? There's a grocery store in Ortonville called Beaky's.
Yeah, it's a different spelling.
Spelled differently, but yeah.
Yeah.
Eldest Thorn switched up from my Krakenstein to the, or is it Krakenstein? Krakenstein, yeah.
Whatever.
To the 5150 Iconic, and they're so different.
Oh, they're way different, man. That crank amp is like completely out of left field, man. Way different amp.
Okay, Dean Harkness.
What's up, Dean?
He says, what's up, Tone Wars and crew? Ever seen Family Guy where Peter is fighting the chicken?
Yes.
That's me, but a turkey. What are you fighting with a turkey for?
Dude, that episode's hilarious. They're like all over town beating the crap out of each other. It's hilarious.
Braxel says it's so tender. I bet.
Oh, yes.
Yummy.
Tender meats.
Joe Senepo.
Hey, Joe, what's happening?
He says, go kitty. Go kitty witty.
Go Kitty Witty. Yeah, he's doing fine now. Back to his normal self.
Jim Simmons is here. Jarrod, I just bought a Hot Tone Ampero Mini and sounds good with cab sims on with fur or monitors, but not so good with cab sims off in front or return of my amp. Any suggestions?
Not good with the return of the amp, huh?
Not so good with the cab sims off in front or return of my amp.
Well, usually, see, I haven't played the Hotone stuff yet, but, or Hot Tone, however you pronounce it. I'm not familiar enough with it to know, but I mean, as long as your cab sims are off and you're running it into the return of an amplifier, it should sound amazing. So I wonder if somewhere in the software or somewhere in it, that maybe on that specific output that you're using, if the cab sim is still attached to it. Because if it sounds dark, and you know what it sounds like when you do that. It's got that weird sound. Maybe that's what the deal is. I'm not sure, though. I'm really not familiar enough with that product to know exactly what's going on, but I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Hopefully that's what it is, though. It's some weird thing that you just got to turn off somewhere.
All right. Let's see. Eldest Thorn says he's learning the solo to The Unforgiven right now, and he loves it.
The Unforgiven. Awesome. Yeah, there's some good solos on that album. Pretty melodic, you know.
Braxel says, I've been working on the song Lazy by Deep Purple. Timing and feeling was kind of hard for me to get down, but I'm getting it.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm not good at learning other people's stuff. I don't know why. I used to be, but I kind of lost my ability to do that when I started writing my own. And my stuff's so weird that, I don't know, I can't think like normal people anymore.
Oh, well, you never did.
Yeah. That's true.
Your problem.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Therein lies the answer and the problem.
I'm weird. Everyone enjoy my weirdness.
Eldest Soren, again, never really learned anything by Deep Purple, but he'll have to check out their songs. He mostly does melodic metal stuff like Death Clock.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Richie Blackmore, man. That guy had some interesting stuff.
Mike Nash says, we brined ours before roasting. Still the best turkey we've made. Cranberries had Grand Marnier in them. Bottle of 15-year-old Glenfiddich. Ooh.
Bro.
That sounds like the best Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You guys had probably such a good Thanksgiving, you probably don't remember it.
That Grand Marnier is what I put in my margaritas.
Yeah.
That would be delicious.
Dude,
in cranberry sauce.
That would be really good. Thanks for the tip.
Thank you for that tip.
Yeah. We'll try that.
Tyler James, I'm sorry about your kitty. Hopefully they stay better. Our cat had a urinary blockage a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
Luckily, it only cost us $500. We're about to move, so we're glad it wasn't thousands of money.
Oh, thank God, dude.
Yes.
Thank God. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, when they scared the crap out of me. They're like, well, it could be around $3,800 to $5,000. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I don't know. No, I can't do that right now. My season's over, and whatever I have's got to last me through winter, and that would have just took me right down, man. So yeah, that would have been awful. You know, to make a decision like that, you know, like, and then the guilt, oh God, I was like doing all the math while I'm driving there at like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, ah.
Eldest Thorin says, my wife saw me watching your MT100 review, and now she's locked me out of the bank account.
Who said that?
Eldest Thorin.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Sorry.
She changed the password. Damn that, man.
I didn't realize you could put a password on the bank account.
Well, I'm sure women find all kinds of ways to block dudes out of stuff. They've been doing it since the beginning of time.
Will I be singing tonight? Not tonight.
Soon,
but
we're working on stuff.
It'll be a few weeks for sure.
Yep.
Thanks for asking about it, though. Big Mike. He says, speaking of cats, what's your experience with bad cat amps?
Bad cat amps? Oh, I have one right here. I like the Lynx. I think it's very unique, and it's a really cool amplifier. And if you're looking for something that is very unique, you know, that's made by them guys. I mean, it's not your typical metal amp. It actually is really cool. You know, so yeah, I mean, and the other amps that I've played, my friend Chris Slapnick has one, and it's a cool amp too. They have a really big, fat sound, and they're actually pretty cool.
Quentin Satterfield, can you extend the sale for your profiles, Tonix, KEMPER, etc. for one more week?
You know what's funny is they're still up right now for sale, and I'm just too lazy to go in and go. Man, it takes forever to go in and change all the prices back. So I'll get around to it, but I'll leave them up for a week. How's that? I'll leave them up till next Sunday, and then I'll change them. So the Black Friday sale is extended till next weekend. How's that?
Cyber Monday included. There you go.
There you go. Because then I'd have to do Cyber Monday anyways and go back down there. It took me a whole cup of coffee to change them. And you know how long it takes me to drink coffee?
He's a little sipper.
Yeah, I'm a little sipper.
A little sipper.
It took forever, man.
Hyperbole Kid says, hey y'all, I see gaps in the amp collection behind you. What are you planning on getting now?
There's one gap there, and
he's planning on getting a gazebo for the back porch and some
and some
Patio
chairs.
furniture.
And, yeah, so that's job number one next spring. But so I'm sending that Engel SE back to Engel tomorrow. Oh, I don't want to let that amp go because it would fit perfectly right there. But I'm in talks with them about some other stuff, so we'll see what happens. But that amp was just, I'd love to have that amp here. Yeah, definitely worthy of shelving. Yeah, so, well, we got a bunch of people here. Maybe I should at least play some riffs and do a mix, you know. I hate making people wait for my horrible riffs. So let's see what we got here. Disjointed, I'll set that one up. Again, I'm still dealing with the backing tracks. I literally have not had time to test everything to, you know, make sure. So whatever you hear tonight that's a little off, I'm working on it. So, all right, let's mute the mics and turn on all the crap and let's get moving. That one was weird. That one needs work. I'm like, why am I done early? Yeah, I have to fix that one. That's the first time I played that one. Yeah, that one's off. Yeah, I might have to go back to the old one on that one for now. But anyways, so there's two mixes for you guys. I redialed in the amp, so that I got to make some changes on that too. I learned some stuff about the effects loop on this amp, and I couldn't hear my effects very well before, but now I can because I had to reconfigure the volume settings and whatnot. So, yeah, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there.
Flux says he heard the same thing. Yeah, there was something weird going on in the background of that first one.
Yeah, the harmonics.
It didn't match though.
Let me see. I'll I'll find it.
He must have heard my or read my lips or something because we were muted, but I didn't. Something was sounded off.
Disjointed. All right, so here is that part. Let me see.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Yeah, so that's John doing harmonics in the
Yeah.
background. I like it.
No, I like
up the
it there,
part.
but I just when
Yeah.
it came up, I was like,
It's different.
"Is there a radio on in
Yeah.
the background? What's?"
Yeah, that's what it is. It's those harmonics.
Oh,
That's
I'm not
why.
used to it.
That's why I hired John, because he always. You can always count on John Thrasher to throw a bunch of harmonics in your mixes because he's just so creative. So that's why that stuff's there. Yep.
Anxious Nation says, "Would you guys ever consider doing a live stream performing your songs that Carrie sings on?
Mm-hmm.
You guys used to sneak that in, and I'm a fan." Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
We got to start practicing those old songs again because those are great.
We go through phases. I'm like, I'm tired of singing the same old songs. They don't want to hear the same old songs over and over again. So I'll go forever and then.
Yeah, and I'm always like, who cares? Let's play them. We worked hard on those, and honestly, if we have enough stuff that we've been working on that we can rotate like maybe one of those songs in with some acoustic stuff every once in a while. You know what I mean? And just keep it fresh. I really think we can do that.
Yeah.
And they're a challenge. And I worked my ass off on those solos, so why I want to play them. You know? So selfishly, I want to do it. And you sang the crap out of them, so why wouldn't you want to sing them?
I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, you know, I mean, you like to sing.
I do like
I think you should do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Trust me. I'll bribe her with some chocolate. Here's 5 pounds of chocolate.
Some chocolate and a margarita.
Yeah, exactly. How about a chocolate margarita?
With some Grand Marnier, it might be good. I don't know.
You can try it out, man.
Dean Harkness says, a bit off topic, but took my wife to the Corvette Museum last week. Very cool. Even if you aren't really a vet person, the history is worth the trip.
Oh yeah, man. The stingrays and the mango shark one. Oh my gosh. There's a yeah. What is it?
Mako shark.
Mako shark, whatever. But they have a museum here with some of that stuff too, and there's some really cool cars there that you can learn the history on, and the Ford Museum too. They have a lot of their old cars there, and oh yeah, that stuff's killer, man. I love going to stuff like that. I'm a huge car nut, so love it.
Let's see. Flux says, Jared, would you consider doing comprehensive QC captures of the Odd Box? I think it is the most interesting boost pedal out there. I'd love to have a bunch of captures of it. Oh,
absolutely. I do have 3 or 4 captures in my ultimate OD capture pack, I believe. And yeah, they're in there. So, but yeah, that's my favorite pedal to use in most of my presets for the Quad Cortex is the Odd Box. Yep. Tonight I'm using the Mesa Grid Slammer. It just seemed to work better with this amp. This amp's really fat, so the Odd Box keeps that fatness in the amp, which this amp doesn't need any more of, so I wanted something that would cut it a little more, and the Grid Slammer is definitely better for this one.
Jim Simmons says, Jared, it sounds thin and a little fizzy with the amp sims off. There are no other global settings for the speaker output for cab sims, just cab sims on or off.
At first I thought he was talking about the Mezzabarba. I'm like, hey. Hey there, mister. Don't make me come through this internet and flap you around a little bit. No, so, yeah, that's interesting that it sounds thin and fizzy. So there's no way the amp sims can be in there. Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with that product. I don't think I've ever played one. I wonder if you could fix that by maybe doing some EQ adjustments on the tone stack or whatever, but that shouldn't be happening, you know. I mean, if it sounds good with the IRs, you'd think it would sound better through a power section in real cab. That's weird. So I wonder if the internal workings of that thing just works better with impulse responses for some reason, because it's all tuned, you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of makes up for things, or I don't know. That's just really strange. It shouldn't be happening, though. That's odd.
Tony says, I've had the Odd Box for a week, and it's awesome.
It is, man.
Love the added body. It gives your tone and a bit more hair. My Kato Mud Killer has been sitting.
I'm telling you, man, that extra like oomph that it gives your amp is like insane, especially on the really modern sculpted amps. It really adds back in some of that stuff that they're missing, and the feel is great too. You feel like you're playing with more authority. So, I mean, for the sculpted amps, I mean, it's perfect. It really is. You know, I mean, it made a world of difference on my Badlander.
Seymour Butts says, if you could only use one boost pedal for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
Oh,
And
God.
he hollered that at you.
Oh, he hollered it.
So you got to holler it back.
Yeah. I don't want to spike the input here. Man, that's a tough one, man. Because the Oddbox, as great as it is, right now the Mezzabarba is not. It's just too fat with it. But then again, I would just adjust the settings on the Mezzabarba. I could probably just turn the bass down and the resonance down, I bet, and it would probably be fine. It works with about 90% of the amps, and then my Grid Slammer so far has worked with every amp, you know, so, man, that's tough. I would probably say Grid Slammer, but I have the Oddbox in my back pocket, and I'd still use it, because the Oddbox, honestly, is my preferred pedal with a lot of my modern amps. It really is. That's a tough one, man.
Aldous Thorin said, the crankshaft. It's got a lot of settings and really versatile.
Oh, nice.
Anxious Nation, Carrie, you have a fantastic voice. Thank you.
She does.
Thank you.
And I get to practice with her on Mondays. It's
I said,
fun.
when I first found your older music videos, I was blown away. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, see, they want you to sing. Better start singing.
Maybe in a few weeks.
In a few weeks.
You got to go get through some stuff, and then we can do it.
That's right. We got some stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
Seymour Butt says, thanks. I have some research to do. I only have a TS9, and I want more.
Oh, yeah, dude. TS9's great to have. It really is. Like, it's just an old standard, and I don't mean that as a bad thing. Like, it's just a standard.
So
like,
is that Jay then? Because Jay probably has more than a TS9. It can't be Jay.
It can't be Jay, because Jay's got more than that. Yeah. He does have a TS9, though. I think he's making us guess. But, yeah, the TS9 is good. I think if you're going to be a pedal collector, the Oddbox definitely should be in your collection. And the Grid Slammer should be in your collection. And I always tell people, crank the tone knob because it's active, in my opinion. It really makes a difference. Mud Killer's also great. I think those ones, along with whatever other ones that you should have those. Once you play a modern sculpted amp with the Oddbox, you'll never want to try anything else with it. It's just absolutely insane with modern amps.
Jim Simmons, Jarrod, how about a special IR I could use for frequency correction to make my Ampero Mini sound better with cab sims off going into my amp?
That could possibly work because that's basically all an IR is. It's just a filter. A speaker is just a filter. So if you can do something that would filter those things in a way that would make it more palatable for you, then you could do that. Or maybe an EQ in the loop or something that would help. I mean, one of those two things might help you out.
Flex says, Jarrod, do you not update your Cortex control to the newest 08061 version? The newest version fixes a lot of bugs, but has a few glaring ones. When you load a capture, the list pops to somewhere else.
Ooh, I have the initial update that allows you to use the desktop editor, but I haven't updated since then. I hate doing updates. Like, I got OBS, which we stream and I record with, and man, there's some updates that they came up with that just completely put OBS into a tailspin. So I'm afraid to update anymore. But when they get one that's not beta, I'll do it.
I'm gonna have a hard time.
Because I make
reading
captures
this one.
and I can't deal with like issues.
So the eldest Thorin says you should find a Marshall Valve State VS100 and do a review. It's an awesome hybrid amp. Def made it popular. You might like it.
All right, if Motor City's got one, I'll see if they got one. I'll be happy to demo anything. I love demoing amps. It's like this discovery thing. Like, ooh, what's this gonna be? Even if it's a train wreck, it's fun.
Fraxel says, nice. My Nauticon will be delivered tomorrow.
Nauticon?
Nauticon.
Oh, yeah. From is it JHS? That little kit Dude, that sounds fun. JHS makes this pedal. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what we're talking about. But even if it's not, JHS does make a pedal that's like a Klon, and it's like his take on it, and he sends it to you in a kit, and you get to put it together and nerd out. You know.
You would hate that, though.
No, I like that kind of
Really?
stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't like putting furniture together. But a
Nope.
pedal, hell yeah.
Or grills.
Or grills. I don't do grills, furniture, because those aren't fun things. But a pedal, I get to be like a kid, you know, and be like, oh, I got my little project, you know, and
You know what?
I made it.
You know what we should do for New Year's Eve when you have people over?
Oh, yeah. Let's have a contest. Who can put it together
Blackstone.
fastest?
It's been in the garage for 2 years.
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll cook everybody dinner, but
I think it's going on 3 years,
yeah.
though.
But first, we have to put this together, guys.
Shaheen, can you please help Jared put the Blackstone together?
Shaheen's helped me with so much stuff. He's probably going to stop coming over. Like, oh, great.
But
I
then
know why.
you'll like it so much, you'll have to go buy the Blackstone to go along with your smoker. You're going to have a full outdoor kitchen before.
I know. It's going to be nuts, man. Yeah, Shaheen's smoking some awesome meats now, too. So, yeah.
CS has joined us.
What's up, Chris?
Said good morning, or good morrow, not good morning. Good morrow, mates.
Good morrow.
Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving.
Yes, it was quite good.
Yeah.
Quite good.
Yeah, it was good. I have had turkey 5 days in a row.
Yep. I made turkey tonight, and she's like, great.
Yay!
Yay. I'm like, you like it? And she's like,
turkey.
she does not have a poker face. She's like, yeah, it's good.
Well, he also used the 6 pepper
Yeah.
seasoning, and I'm not a pepper fan. I like spicy, but I don't like the black pepper taste at all, especially when there's a lot, like the peppercorns. Ugh.
Yeah, with me, she's got 3 different modes when we're talking about food. If I make it, it's either, oh my God, this is amazing. Oh, dude, this is awesome. Blah, blah, blah. And she'll gush about it. And then there's like, dude, really? Like those steaks that I ruined. And then there's like, yeah, it's like, don't bother. Just because,
It's like
just tell me you hate it. I don't care.
he was
me.
so happy about it. His little eyes were sparkling. Like, look, my turkey turned out so
It
good.
did. And she's like, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's peppery.
It's peppery. I thought it was amazing, so whatever. Not everybody has the same, you know, high standards as I do. Excuse me.
Oh gosh.
Next time we'll get you a Little Caesars hot and ready.
Hey, well, I can't eat that because gluten, but I'll take Taco Bell.
Yeah. Well, we can do that too. I'll be like, I'm cooking turkey tonight. Bring over your Taco Bell.
Tyler James says, just ordered a bare knuckle nail bomb pickup for my newest guitar build.
Oh, sweet, man. Isn't it fun? See? That's what I'm talking about. Like with putting that pedal together. Like all these guys, you guys can relate. We're all a bunch of freaking children when it comes to our gear.
I knew that.
Yeah. We want to put it together. We want to tinker with it. I love it when I snap a string because I'm like, oh, sweet. I get
do
to
not love it when you snap a string.
Not when I'm playing live, but if I'm just practicing, it's like poink, and I'm like, all right, get out my little kit, and my yoga mat for my guitar, and the little cradle, and then I pick a movie to watch, and it's just like, today I'm going to polish my guitar and oil all the stuff and oil the neck and clean everything. And yeah, I love that, man. I'm never annoyed when I'm working on my guitars. It's therapeutic, you know? So, yeah.
Seymour Butt says, oh, you did a video on the Odd Box? Now I have to go watch it. Thanks, guys.
Yep, I sure did. I shot it out with a couple pedals and I played it through a clean channel so you can hear what the frequencies are doing with it and everything. So, yep.
I'm going to skip a few. Dean Harkness is like, you guys are still going on about that Blackstone? Dude, he's like, I was there last year and it was in the box. It's been, this is going on 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
3 years. So if you come up this year, Dean, and Steve hasn't helped put it together, bring your screwdriver and your drill.
Yeah. If it was a guitar-oriented thing, it would have been done a long time ago.
Please, somebody help him put this thing together.
That's how I rolls.
So stupid.
It's so stupid.
Elvis
is.
Thorne says, you think the MT100 can do modern tones? What amp would you recommend for tight leads?
I think it can. Yeah, I think the MT100 is actually a pretty damn good amp. I shot it out with a couple of my amps here, and it held its own pretty well. So it actually did a good job. So what would be great for tight leads? Well, if you want tight but a little nasty, I would go with the Stealth Red Channel. That's a freaking fire-breathing beast. I love the lead tones that I got out of my Ingalls Savage on the album. I think those came out great. The Mezzabarba is a little smoother, but it's also pretty tight, especially if you boost it. I boost everything. Modern tight leads, JP, Red 7. I mean, pretty much everything on my shelves here will do all that stuff, you know. The Diesel Herbert also is really smooth. So if you want aggression, I would go with Savage, Red 7, and Stealth for starters, and then everything else would be a little smoother. So hopefully that helps you out.
Save the Canadian Beaver.
What's happening?
He says, hi from Canada.
Canada.
And also, he said the guys in the band were blown away how you played last Sunday.
Oh, well, thank you.
We were trying to ask you what the name of your band is, but then you didn't respond after a while.
Yeah, so we were like, well, maybe they went to back to practicing.
If you're still here, let us know what the name of your band is.
Yeah, please do, man. We'll look you up. Absolutely. And thank you again. I appreciate that.
Let's see. Tony says we'll have the meat sweets.
The meat sweats.
Meat sweats, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I'm all about the meat sweats.
CS bought some of the new V30 speakers for my Carvin Legacy cab. The hype is real. They sound fantab.
Ooh, I want to get those for my Zilla. I'm thinking about switching those out to the new V30s.
Ooh, the Metal Edge. Thanks for the super chat.
Oh, thank you.
He said, could you please play the chair dance song? Grateful.
Oh, yeah. The chair dance song. I can try. That's one I was working on this morning because I wanted to relearn it. I literally, like I said, I haven't played in 5 days. So this might be an absolute train wreck. But
Chris Nash agrees with you that working on guitars can be therapeutic. I'll be doing some Floyd Rose upgrades on my new Chevelle later this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's therapeutic, man. I'm telling you. Like it's the best. I love it. Oops, sorry. I'm just trying to erase my loop. I put a loop in there so when I'm working on the solo, I can actually, just loop it over and over again. I'm probably going to botch the solo, just so you know, because I have not played this song in over a week. And today, when I was practicing it this morning, I was like, oh, God. Because I actually wanted to play it tonight, but I was like, I don't think I'm ready. So, fair warning.
It's all right. Just get us through the chair dance part.
Yeah.
We'll all be happy.
I just hope that the mix... I haven't tested this.
Braxel says, I bet what really happens when you bust a string is Carrie hearing you swearing in the other room when you have to put on new strings.
Now, if I do it in the middle of a video shoot, I'm pissed. I'm like, no. Now I'm like, well, I can't play that mix now because I got different tunings on guitars, and I'm like, son of a bitch, So it's, yeah, it can get annoying. And I have broken strings on videos before, and I'm like, great, now I got to get another guitar and whatever, So, but yeah, that does suck. But if I'm just goofing around in my living room, I don't care. I'm like, all right, it's movie time.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so here comes the train wreck, and
the train wreck that is grateful.
Exactly. So 1 second. go. There was, did you hear that one spot?
Just the one.
See, the thing is I'm working on another solo that's got a similar little thing, octave.
A Jarrodism.
Yeah, it's got a similar little thing, but I do it differently, and I got it, and I was saying that to myself today. I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to get those two mixed up, and
Sure enough.
Sure
no,
enough.
It sounded great, though.
Thanks. Yeah, and I had to turn the mix up halfway through because it was, like, too low. So this mix is on my old mixes. Yeah. So it's a different mastering, so it's a different level. So, yeah.
The Metal Edge says, it's the first time I've heard the solo part to Grateful. Very melodic. Thank you. That was fan-freaking-tastic.
Oh, thank you. I wish I would have had a better first impression of it for you, but trust me, I've done it better. Actually, I did that song for the Friedman IRX intro to that video, that review. So I did that, and I did a pretty good job on it for that one. So, but yeah, thanks. I'm glad you liked it.
Chris W. Hey guys, happy holidays.
Hey, same to you.
Yes, gear is driving me crazy. I bought the Mark 7 and took it back thinking was wrong and got the Engel Special Edition. Same thing, no bottom end.
Wow.
He said, well, I'm assuming the new V30s aren't broken in yet.
Wow, so you got the, which one? The Mark 7.
Yep, and took it back thinking wrong and got the Engel Special Edition. Same thing, no bottom end.
No bottom end on the Special Edition? Because that's got, did you push in the depth knob or button? There's a depth button on there. So if you didn't push that in, definitely going to be a problem. But if you push in that button, you'll get tons of low end. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. You know, what kind of socks were you wearing? Doesn't work with blue socks.
Right. Stephen Koppelcam, which amp would you recommend for classic metal?
Classic metal, probably like the new 6505s. You know, trying to remember which one I preferred. The new PV ones they came out with the reissues. Either one of those. One I liked better than the other, and I can't remember which one I liked better. I wish I could remember. I think I did a video where I might have shot them out. I know I did a video of each one, and one of them I preferred. I can't remember. Sorry. Might have been the 6505-2 that I did that I liked better, but something like that would definitely work for you. Absolutely.
Tony says, talking about therapeutic, I'm enjoying reconditioning the Tolex of my oldest 1991 Mesa Boogie 4x12 cab at the moment. Gratifying.
Oh, yeah, dude. It is.
I said boogie.
The boogie.
The boogie.
Yeah. Reconditioning your boogers, huh? Yeah, I got a friend, Jeremy Vareo, that does that too. Whenever he buys an old cab and it's kind of dinged up, he'll just re-Tolex it. And it's, I guess, like I said, for a lot of us, it's therapeutic, man. Some guys like to season their cookware, you know, the skillets. Some guys like to, you know, take their guns apart and clean them out and do all that, which is something I should probably do. And us nerds, we like to do all the stuff that we do, you know. Like Chris. Chris likes to change pickups out in his guitars. To him, that's fun, and I get it. I really do.
Flux says, I'll admit I was a tiny bit bummed that Chug Chug Turner Knob didn't make the album. Mixology is a bonus or hidden track.
Well, I might be able to freaking... What could I do? I'd have to... It's on my old computer. That's the problem.
Oh,
yeah, I can't. It's on my old computer, and that thing is like...
Toast.
Yeah, it's collecting cobwebs right now, so...
Save the Canadian Beaver says, oh yeah, we did after a few minutes of you playing. How can't we not go and jam? It's a no-brainer. Inspiration follows.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you guys had fun, man. That's awesome.
Chris W., I got the Mesa V30 and had them a couple months.
Oh.
Maybe I should have went with the 8 ohm. I don't know.
Yeah, I got 8 ohm cabs, so maybe that's it. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you for sure, I am like Captain Low End. I love low end, and if an amp doesn't have any, I'm like, ship it. I can't stand thin amps. And I can assure you, at least, and I'm not trying to like argue with you, like, you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, you know, everybody has different tastes, but the Mark 7 definitely had a lot of great low end, and it's all about the faders, you know, in that, in this part here. You probably can't see it on this whole section with the faders. I got the low end up pretty high, and some of the diagrams they're like, yeah, just have them straight across and adjust. Like, no, V shape and then adjust as needed. But start out with the V shape and get lots of good low end with it. And the other thing with the angle is, make sure the depth button is pressed, and you'll get tons of low end. I mean, I thought that amp had plenty, but again, everybody's different. So
Tony Kozik says that's 32-year-old Tolex. Best stuff to rejuvenate your amp and cab. Tolex is Chemical Guys cleaner, and then apply the Silk Shine. It's water-based and not harsh on your vinyl.
Oh, nice. Thanks for the tip. Oh, before I forget too, regarding the low end of the amp, you said you got a new cab. Is it on casters? Because if it's on casters, there goes all your low end right there.
Darn
You
it.
take your casters off, put your cab right on the floor, and you're going to feel that low end resonate through the floor. Even in my basement here, where it's a cement floor and I got carpet, but if I had these cabs on casters, way less low end. As soon as I took the casters off, even with the cement floor, you can feel it. It's way better. So that could be it too.
Christopher,
What's happening, man?
he said, God, that sounds so clean. What's for dinner, Christopher?
What's for din-dins?
Yeah, are you still doing Thanksgiving leftovers?
Probably everybody is, man.
Oh, Andy Partel, Jarrod, I know you use many overdrive pedals, but do you ever try EQ pedals?
Yes, I did a video on it. Yep, good question. I did a video on using an EQ pedal as a boost, and you can totally do that. I think that's a great option for you because you really are you're designing your own overdrive. Because all an overdrive pedal is a set EQ.
Stop yawning. I'm sorry. It's
yeah,
not
and I'm
you.
trying not to look because then I'm fighting it right now. Yeah, so like an overdrive pedal is basically just a set EQ pedal, in front of your amp with a boost in the volume. So, what a EQ pedal, you can adjust the frequencies individually and get that boost and really sculpt your tone. And that would be a one-size-fits-all, especially if you go with an overdrive pedal like a 10-band or an EQ pedal that's a 10-band or more. You can really fine-tune all that, and it really does come in handy, big time.
Flux says, nice job, Jarrod. The backing tracks could be lowered just a tiny bit to let your main guitar tone shine out in front.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm still, adjusting. I had to adjust the volumes on the amp and then reprogram it. Yeah, tonight, the mixes might not be perfect.
Braxel says, there's a deal for Black Friday for ribeyes for a year. A year? Oh, I see it. $384 value. I bet it can't be that great.
Dude. Crazy.
Save the Canadian Beaver. Wow, nice. Dean Harkness, Jarrod, that's a great solo. I mean it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And one of these days I'll play it right. Once I start practicing again. It's been a crazy week. I literally did not touch my guitar for 5 days, and I hated it.
Chris says, Carrie, at least you didn't say Mesa. Yeah, I know. Tony Kozik, maybe his cab is elevated off the ground. Yeah, thus cuts out some of the bottom end.
Oh, it'll cut out most of it, man. It sucks when that happens, yeah.
Dan C. says, I remember you were not a huge fan of the Mesa Mark V. Do you think the Mark 7 is better? I know you are a fan of the JP2.
Oh, yeah, I love the JP. I didn't like the Mark 590. There was just something weird about the gain structure in that amp. It just did not work for me. It was really cold, and the feel was bad. Now, some people say, oh, it's a chug monster, and it's amazing, and, it's like, I see that, and it's like, well, to each their own. One man's steak is another man's chicken, I mean, it happens, but... You learn something new every day. I would say that I like the Mark 7, and I like the JP a lot, and I like the Mark 4s. The thing with the Mark 7 with me, though, is that it's got a lot of variety of tones you can get out of it, but I'm a metal guy, so I'm never going to use all that stuff. So I would rather have the JP because it has the type of variety that I go for. You have 3 perfectly dialed in channels for guys like me who want an awesome high gain, crunch rhythm, and a great lead channel, and then an amazing clean channel. And then you get the 2 separate EQ sections where you can assign those to each channel and really sculpt everything. So to me, those options made more sense.
Chris W. says, yeah, it's something with my 4x12 cab. I got 2 new V30s, and the other 2 speakers are unhooked, but still in the cab. Yes, I have old Carvin cab, but V30s are 16 ohm wired to 8 ohm. He says, I played at Sweetwater, and it sounded great. I'm wondering if Mesa sold me, like, bass V30s for bass cab or something.
Yeah, I mean, cabs really matter, and the speakers, the way they're wired, all that stuff. I mean, I have the, I think this is the oversized 212 with the vintage 30s. And this cab will break your kneecaps, man. There's plenty of low end coming out of this thing, and it's insane. But it's really tight, too. So if that helps you, you know.
Christopher says, turkey for days. Come on, turkey for days. He said he tried turkey enchiladas tonight. Not too bad.
That actually sounds good, man. You got to change it up or else you get bored, you know.
Real fast.
I do that with pork butt. After like day 3, it's like, all right, I'm going to do pulled pork street tacos or, you know, whatever. So, yeah, I get it.
Flux says, Jared, have you tried the KSR PA52 power amp? I'm thinking about getting one for the quad Cortex. I like the way my Invader 2's KT77's power section sound with the QC. The PA50 takes KT77s.
Yeah, I want to, and Kyle's always like out of demo units when I talk to him about doing a demo, but we're talking about me doing the Orion, whatever you want to call it, amp, and I'm hoping he could send me the 50 as well. But I always recommend it to people because I know it's good. It's got the negative feedback knob. It's all tube. You know it's going to sound good. And Kyle Rhodes does not make bad stuff. His stuff is all great. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend it for sure.
Sia said, this is true, Jared. I love doing pickup swaps. I have another guitar on the bench right now installing some Bill Lawrence pickups.
I knew it. It's fun, right? I mean, it just gives you something to do with your time, and you get to tinker around with stuff and, you know, check them out afterwards and see how they compare. And yeah, we're a bunch of tinkerers. I mean, Eddie Van Halen was more of a tinkerer than he was a guitar player. That guy was always taking stuff apart and putting it back together and trying stuff, and he didn't care how the guitars looked. He didn't care if he gouged stuff out of them. He just did whatever he needed to do, you know.
Christopher says, I feel like Bubba from Forrest Gump when planning dinners for the week. We got turkey enchiladas, turkey pot pies, turkey gumbo, turkey and ramen, turkey sandwiches.
Shrimp scampi, boiled shrimp, fried shrimp.
Grr, I want a steak. Yeah, I hear you. I'm turkeyed out.
Yeah, I'm not, but I mean, I get it.
And it took me like, 2 or 3 days of food prepping, so like I'm cooked out too, so I don't even want to try something different with I just want to put it in the freaking microwave or the stovetop and be done.
It happens.
I think I just need food. I'm not tired. I just think I'm just...
Yeah, well, we'll be eating in about 15 or so minutes.
Flux says, can we hear Night Terrors with the Mezza tonight? Really liking the album version. Also, can we hear the Kiesel through the Mezza?
The Kiesel through the... Yeah, we can do that. I'll do Night Terrors for you right now. Let me make sure I got the right volume setting. Again, bear with me on some of these mixes tonight. I'm still getting used to them, so let's see what happens. Let me mute here. 1 second. Yeah, I had to adjust the mix halfway through on that one too. I'm just gonna leave it there. So,
There you go.
yeah, I'm just getting used to all this, and the amp's either too loud for the other version, you know, the other level of the mix, or I think it's perfect for this level. I don't know. We'll see.
You'll get it.
I'll get it. It's just one of those nights. It's live. Stuff happens.
Tony says that Mezzabarba is such an awesome Ferrari amp. Don't ever sell it, Jared.
Oh, it's never gonna happen. I love this amp. It's just insane. Thank you. It really is a killer amp. It's probably the best built amp in the industry. You know, I mean, the solder joints on these amps are perfect. You know, it's just insane.
Flex says he's looking forward to when we do learn to fly on the show.
We should do that soon.
We can.
Yep, we should definitely do that.
Let's see. Flex, the Metz is doing a great job of staying in front of the mix. That sounds great, Jared.
Thank you. Yeah.
Andy
Killer
Bartel. Jared, when is the last time you played your Rev?
You know, it's been a while. Maybe I'll do that next week. Yeah, and I can play it through the speakers next week.
There you go.
Which
I like the speakers
she likes
better.
that. That's
Yeah.
allowed. Yeah, I can do that next week.
I like
Remind
it
me.
for both reasons, because I can't freaking stop yawning. Because it's loud. I don't like it so loud sitting so close to it. But my ears hate the stupid in-ears. They're screaming at me right now.
Really?
Yes. My ears hate wearing them.
Yeah. Weird, and they're custom.
I know.
Strange.
My ears changed.
You finally grew up.
I know.
Let's see here. What else do I have? I could try to do this one. Yeah.
Tony says there's at least 3 of us here from Canada. So Tony, Steve-O, and Save the Canadian Beer.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Steve-O, I don't think I realized he was from Canada.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Interesting.
A carnivore from Canada.
Carnivore from Canada.
We're all caught up, so if you want to play something
Yeah,
else,
let me do another one here.
so I can yawn.
Yeah, while I'm screwing up all my mixes tonight, let's screw up another one, shall we? 1 second. Well, that bass is really fading out there. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff we got to fix.
Yeah,
I think the backing
'cause that
guitars.
nearly blew off my ears.
Yeah.
The high pitched stuff, I was
Yeah.
like, if you watch my face, I'm like, no.
Did you have your in-ears out?
No, they're
No?
in.
Oh,
I was
wow.
still trying to cover. I have them
Just-
turned like all the
wow.
way down. And I'm like,
Yeah, we got to fix some of the stuff on the mixes,
that
but.
was painful. and then he jams on the whatever you did, the feedback, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh great. I think my brain exploded.
Yeah, it sounded good to me, but I mean, everybody's different, I guess. I thought it sounded awesome. You have this thing though with loud noises. You hate it. You get easily irritated with any kind of repetitive or kind of loud noise. You get like, what is that? Turn it off.
The frequency this time, I think.
Zero
I don't know if
tolerance.
it was just too loud or if it was the frequency.
It's
but
pretty loud down here tonight, that's for sure. But who knows? I'm just trying to adjust for the mixes. I just noticed that the guitars underneath the solo, they're loud. So I need to take those down, probably like 4 or 5 decibels in the mix, and I think that'll fix some things. So, yep, still working on it. It sucks because uploading all this stuff and aligning it in the iPad is like, it's so much work. So to have to do it with all of them all over again, it's going to take a while, but it is what it is.
Steve-O lives near Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. We used to go there all the time.
Yeah. Andy Partel, Jarrod, do you ever struggle with your pick moving around or strains from holding the pick too tight?
Sometimes, yes. I always have to do my magic trick with it when I'm tapping. I always have to put it like, in between my, my knuckles on my middle finger here and move it back. So sometimes when I'm doing all this crazy tapping and then I got to get it out again to do some, like on this song, this old crap, and then I got to do that run afterwards. It's like, if you don't grab it just right, it's like you got too much hanging out and it's all floppy and it's like you're trying to shred. You got choked up on it. It's a mess. So yeah, it's definitely a struggle sometimes. Now with gravity picks, you can get them however you want. They could put like a slanted, like oval shaped kind of hole in it that keeps it from moving, or you can get a bunch of holes in it to grip with as well. There's all kinds of different designs they have, and so you could do that too, and that helps.
Chris W. says, the casters removed helped a lot. I thought it's because the speakers are new, which they are, but so are the speakers. Sweetwater played through a 2x12 Marshall, and the low end was huge.
Yeah, removing the casters makes a world of difference. A world of difference.
Steve-O says, America, right there. I can
America.
see it across the lake, and I had to grow up here.
America. We used to go there all the time when I was a kid, and we used to camp at the Pinery. And with my church youth group, we went there several years in a row, and I loved going to the Pinery. It was so much fun. Every morning, you just grab your soap and your shampoo, you swim out to the sandbar. It's like a, 80-foot swim, and then you just do your thing out there, and then you're ready for the day. We had so much fun, man. Balloon fights, you name it. We did it all, man. It was a lot of fun out there. The Pinery.
Pinery. Jim Simmons says, your playing and backing track sounds great.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I think I just need to do some fine tuning, and I think I'll be ready. And I'm just trying to make sure that before I make these decisions, that I've played them enough to know, number one, and number two, I'm not in demo lock. I'm not like so used to my old versions of these tracks that I'm like, but I don't like this because it's different, you know what I mean? So that's why I give things time, so I'm not making decisions like that. And then driving TJ nuts, like, actually, I just need him this way now. And he's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to come over to your house and I'm going to turn your house into an omelet.
Dean Harkness says that I'd probably slap you smash burgers on the Blackstone, let the melted cheese caramelize. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chris W., I know all about bass fading. Bass fade out, fade to black.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, this one, the bass just keeps going. I'm like, are we done yet? It's just little things, like, all right.
Monkey Wrench says, nice socks, black ankle high Adidas. Do they give you power? Maybe take your socks off to decrease the power.
Yep, you got me. They are black ankle-high Adidas from Costco.
That Jarrod's fashion is Costco. Whatever's at Costco.
Not everything, but socks, yes. I don't care about socks.
Socks and undies.
The socks and undies. How do you know?
Just made it up. Let's see. Andy Partel says, I'm Australian living in Canada. Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. That's got to be an interesting combination. Australian living in Canada. Wow.
You could come just a little bit farther north.
Come to USA, baby.
Yeah.
They're both good.
Hack
Whatever
City,
works.
USA. What's up? How are you?
What's happening?
Flux says it's pretty normal to have some volume leveling when moving to new mix backing tracks. The Sunday live stream is a perfect time for troubleshoot that stuff. We can help by telling you what we hear.
Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate that. And I agree. And I watch the show afterwards, too. And I'll be
Yeah.
like, all right, I
Get
won't.
to relive it all again.
Yeah. I don't watch the whole thing. I just,
No, he just wants to hear himself.
yeah. As soon as she starts talking, I'm like, fast forward. No, I just listen to the mixes because I want to make sure that everything sounds good. I'm a perfectionist, and I drive myself nuts making sure everything's right. So
Well, it's 8:30 and I'm
You're
apparently yawny today. I'm
you're-
sorry, guys. It's very unprofessional of me.
Little Miss Yanni Pants tonight, man.
I think I just need some food.
Yeah, you need some food. Let's do one more, and we'll call it a night. I want to
Don't
do.
screech in my ear.
I won't. This is just rhythms. It's just a rhythm track. All right, we'll do one more and say good night. Nice.
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 Thank you.
Dude, this amp smokes. The chugs are just so thick. They're just thick and nasty, and I like them. I like them a lot. And with this amp, if you want a little more bite, you can turn on the bright, and gives you a little more bite on it. Great freaking amplifier. So someone asked me earlier, like, what's a great amp for classic metal and stuff? This would be a really good consideration for you as well, because the muse for this amplifier was a Soldano slow. But this actually does a slow, but it does a slow on steroids too, because it's got the negative feedback knob that gives you that bite if you want it.
Got the acne to prove it.
Yeah, it's got back knee. So, and it also has 3 awesome channels. The clean is amazing. And then the crunch, channel 2, is amazing crunch, which is what you just heard. And then the lead channel has a little more mids for leads, and it's just awesome. In fact, 1 second, let me just do the clean channel briefly for you.
Yes, because food.
Yeah, 1 second. Beautiful clean channel, just glorious. Yes.
Nice
So,
enough to sing over.
hell yeah, boy. Yep, it's very nice.
Save the Canadian Beaver says, thanks for everything. Thanks. I was lost and now I'm found. Love the vibe through and through.
Well, thank you. Appreciate
Steve-O
that.
says it's a great amp for sure.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. Well, thanks for putting up with all my freaking mistakes tonight.
And my
I appreciate
yawning.
it.
I'm sorry.
And the yawning. So, yeah. She got to get some food in her, so we're going to go eat. But thanks, guys, for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. I actually have another video coming out very soon on the Kraken pedal. You know, the Super
Nice.
Kraken pedal. Motor City let me take that home, so I'll have that up for you guys tomorrow. And there won't be a Riffs and Responses tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing those every other week, but I'll have to see how things go. Trying to change things up here. They take a lot of time to do, so I'm still working through all that, but I'll let you know. Anyways, well, again, appreciate you guys very much, and like I always say, every day is a gift.
Thanks for spending part of your gift with us. Have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday.
Love you all. See you all very soon. Have a great night, and